Sometimes when I see men like that, advancing from different quarters, going for crusade, I wonder, where do they gain this strength from? You watch people like Apostle Solomon, as he's living here, he's coming here, from here, he's coming, and you ask yourself, is it the same body we are having? In the days of revival, there is a spirit that rests upon men. Isaiah chapter 11, right? Isaiah chapter 11 from 2. The Bible says, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. In the days God wants to revive men, this is what he does. On the last day, I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Your old men, your young men, they will dream dreams, they will see vision. This is the Spirit that pioneered this things. You don't just prophesy because the spirit of prophecy come. It's because there is a combination of many things. And that is the reason why you may not even be looking for the spirit of prophecy. If you begin to walk with God continually, consistently, studying and understanding come, your eyes open by default. I don't know about you, but you can just sit down with the scriptures as you are studying and you begin to see visions. Why? And you know that spirit called the spirit of understanding. So there are 7 spirits of the Lord here. The Bible speaks about the spirit of wisdom, that of understanding, that of counsel, that of might, that of knowledge, and that of the fear of the Lord. When these come upon you by default, you have the minister manner for survival. A minister deprived of this spirit is not worthy to be a minister. It's not possible. I'm telling you. You may be joking all around. Global influence, global relevance, impact beyond measure come when the 7th spirit of the Lord comes. And when you speak about this scripture, is Isaiah speaking about himself or speaking about another? I tell you, he was speaking about another. He was speaking about the prophet like unto me that the Most High will raise. That in the days of that rising of that prophet, whosoever that refused to believe upon him is cut off. That was Moses speaking. He was speaking about who? He was speaking about the Messiah. That a man came in a pattern and revealed to us these possibilities. In the days of revival, it's a battle of spirit, and only those that can contain this spirit are fit for it. When you go to the book of Philippians from 9, Paul began to speak about the things he go through because of the reason for this revival. How that the revival will demand that you go through certain level of pain, certain level of challenge. Sometimes you come to a point where it will look so hard on you. In fact, a time came, Paul began to speak about how he was put in prison, how he was chained, how he was beaten, and yet again he did not refuse to preach. There was a time they were demanded to stop talking in the name of the Lord, but because of the spirit of revival, they were willing to die. In fact, a prophet came and gave him a preservative plan as a prophetic word. Young man, travel not, as you go you will die. He said, forget about that, you're dead. I am not only willing to, he said, as you go you'll be in chain. He said, forget about your chain, I'm willing to go and die. That man talking now is no longer a normal person. He said, in the days of revival, men are willing to become martyred. In that day when they say, if they will come and kill all of us, we will still stand and preach. If it is not convenient, will you serve God? If your answer is no, you are not part of the army yet. If it is not convenient, because let me tell you, what we call martyrdom is the condition of death. And everybody that is willing to herald the move of God in his territory, you must be willing to take the chance of even being wrong. Everybody will fight you. The government will fight you. The spirit of revival is one which is willing to go through pain and suffer for Jesus. And in the days of revival, God built us holistically, not only in prayer but in character. Every aspect of our life is worked upon by the Lord, because in the days of revival, God will challenge our genuine love for him. One of the reasons why we are going to be willing to die for him is because we love him unconditionally. In those days, everybody, it becomes like the move of the holiness. If you remember the days, one of the latest moves that actually happened, that the Deeper Life pioneer, was the holiness movement. How many of you remember that time? When Deeper Life was really Deeper Life. when it was very hot. It is what was referred to as the holiness movement. In fact, as of that time, it was so hot that it looks as though Jesus is coming the next year, and everybody was preparing to meet the bride. And the way we were so serious, everything was a sin. In fact, including going to school. People tore their certificate and say, see, this is a waste of time. In fact, that time, Daddy came and said watching TV was that this one was the devil box. Daddy Kumo, he said the devil box. Why? Because of all kinds of carnality that they were showing on TV that time. And he knew that that thing can distract people from going to heaven. So to him, from the revelation he had, men should abstain from the devil box. But today, you don't need a TV. All you need is a phone. And with your phone, free, you sign into Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. You are already, your phone is also the devil box. People pack their TV and throw away. In these days, you must be willing to stay away from your phone for 1 week. Or say no Facebook, no TikTok, no Instagram. Because that has been the reason why your hunger for God has gone down. Many of you, you are praying to God, Father, give me phone. Phone came. That phone became your Kadesh Barnea. It became the system and the seat at the headquarters for hookups. How you communicate different channels to men. A lady became so carnal, she snapped herself naked and sent to men, and they give her money. If she doesn't have a phone, wouldn't she bless God for that days of poverty? So breakthrough became a disadvantage. The devil can use anything to make caricature of you. Anything, including your gift and talent. So you must be wise enough. Of course, Daddy brought a balance to it. If there's any church that uses more TV now, it's Deeper Life Church. Anywhere they are, there is satellite that connects everywhere. It's not about the TV, it's about what you watch in the TV. It's not about the phone, it's about what you watch in the phone. In the days of revival, holiness become our anchor. We are not worthy to even stand before the Lord. Talk more to be able to speak as though that are perfect. But let me tell you, we guard ourselves jealously, so that peradventure the devil will not have a strong God in us. Are you serious about your life and you're walking with God, or you are just casual about it? Martyrs have no time for the things of the flesh. In fact, they don't even have time for all this gallivanting. In the days of revival, nobody go to beach for party. Nobody go to beach for vacation. In that day, spiritual vacation is dangerous. I heard Bishop David Oyedepo said it one time and I laughed. So imagine me as a minister going on to beach. Imagine Bishop David Oyedepo in Lagos beach running with bikini. I mean, what they call that? Pursuing his wife lady. You see, all these things that young ministers do to create attention. Now, you know, everybody is a content creator, because the things that get more likes now are stupidity. So everybody is under the pressure to balance between which one is spiritual, which one is not spiritual, which one will give more likes and more followership. Strange people hack one of our Facebook page, and within 3 weeks they grew to about 100,000 followers. Something that we are struggling with it in 40, 50, 30, 20. Why? They began to post pornographic. I know many of you are part of their viewers. You are watching it because it was easy. Everybody was sharing it. And go naked now and just video yourself. You don't need to share it. They will help you share it. Iniquity has abound, so the love of many has waxed cold. So when you wake up after 10 years, you now see there's no God on our street. You wonder, where did it go? The devil came and he steal it. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that ye may have life and have it more abundantly. What happened to your passion for God? What happened to that zeal? It was you that nobody could shut down the hunger and the passion. But right now, it's all a lie. In the days of revival, men genuinely love God and they are willing to do everything for Him. In the book of 1 Corinthians 2 from 9, the Bible says, but as it is written, eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, neither has it entered into the heart of a man what God has prepared for them that love him. For there are things that eyes have not seen in these days, and it's going to come upon the heart of those that genuinely love God. And I've always said, you can always choose to both love God and actually pray in tongues, prophesy, study the word. You can combine all of them. It's not just about a day where everybody is praying and yet again we lack love. Everybody is praying yet again we lack character. Everybody is speaking in tongues yet again we lack genuine sympathy and empathy for each other. No, it's a day where we can be in love, we can study the scripture, we can be prayerful, we can be character balanced. Because anything you do without a genuine love for God and genuine love for people is a distraction. If you are playing this drum out of anger to prove a point, you are still in the flesh. If you are praying it out of love to show the Lord that out of this everything gives glory to you, then he will receive the glory. If you are praying in tongues here is to show that you are the one that can pray so much, and you are doing and to show that you pray more than Apostle Paul. You even go like this. Now, brother, when you are done, you have received your reward when we are done and clapping for you. Because anything not bettered from the womb. Because the problem is not that you do it here. When you go back home, when you want to pray. So, but when you are here, you know you are a liar. So after 5 years, we can't find you again. In the days of revival, it's not about the faking it till you make it. It's not about the gimmicks. You don't need to fake it. You are not it. When you are not it, you are not it. It's not about crying in the presence of God. Yeah. When you leave here, before you finish coming out of here, somebody just match your leg. God, you know the sick. You know the sick. Where did the revival go? Because how all of a sudden you just enter the flesh and now you are made perfect in the flesh. I thought you were in the spirit. We went for a program. One of the person mightily, the person minister. I felt this person can't even talk to mortal men. I felt the person is only talking to 24 elders. Because I was thinking if I greet the person will not answer. You know, there is this fear I had because of the level of reference and how the person was concorded within the stage. And I felt it was like a sin for me to utter greetings. And by the time I met the person, the kind of words that were coming out from the person, I was shocked. And somebody just offended the person there. I realized that many people want to fake it till they make it. In the days of revival, it's not about faking it till they make it. It was genuine. Everything men do was genuine because it was fuel from a genuine love and hunger for God. May this love for you never go cold. May this oil last me till the end. And may the extra oil be just enough for the journey even to the end. I will wait for my Lord. I will wait for my master. I will wait for my bridegroom. He's all down. May this love for you never go cold. May this oil last me till the end. May the extra oil be just enough for the journey even to the end. See, I wish that I have a mechanism to ensure that you remain in God and on fire for God for the next 10 years. I wish. But I've been part of many revival movements, and many more times, not everybody remain in the cage. Not everybody remain in the ship. Not everybody remain to the end. Are you part of those that will fall along the wayside? Or are you part of those that will remain to the end? So when you see us crying and begging God, Father, fresh oil to last long. It's not because of anything, because we have seen men rise in this thing and go down. In the days of revival, the devil will seek his best to see how he can bring many down. In the book of Revelation chapter 12 from 11, the Bible says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. The emphasis here to me is, and they love not their lives even unto death. They overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. But there is something very important. They love not their own lives even unto death. That means a time is going to come when you will be demanded to love your own life. But at that point, you must be willing to die and let your life go. In the days of revival, it's not about yourself, it's about God. Does your life bring glory to Him? Is it a sweet smelling savor to Him? Is it? What fuels your prayer at night? What makes you wake up at night? What makes you cry to God at night? What makes you still do the things you do? Why are you doing what you are doing? If you cannot define the reason, you'll be in trouble. Coming does not matter. You must define the reason why you remain. We all know why we are still remaining. There is a glory we see, that although we felt we have attained unto something, but Paul was wise. I forget everything behind me and I press onto the mark of the higher calling. I know you might have achieved some things, but there is again a mark of a higher calling. Now is the judgment of this world, and now shall the prince of this world be cast down. If I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto myself. In the book of 1 John chapter 2 from 15, the Bible says, love not the world, neither the things of the world. If any man love the world, is because the love of the Father is not in him. Beyond our prayer life, one of the things that is going to keep us strong in the days of revival is our genuine love for God. Why did the apostles were willing to be crucified? Have you studied church history and found out how they killed many of the apostles of Jesus? You thought the crucifixion of Jesus was worse? It's a lie. Their own was worse. Some of them, they turned them upside down. Some of them, they pieces them, pieces. Some they gave them to dogs. In church history, there are people that they tear their body, they fry them, and they throw them to dogs. There were some that they brought them like it and brought lions. Lions ate them. What made them still remain? Because to me, that is more revival than they speaking in tongues. Because with all you are speaking in tongues, when they come to catch you, you say, I don't know Jesus. These ones, they were willing to remain, and they show men that Jesus is something to talk about, is also something to die for. If they come to confront us here now, what is the guarantee that you will remain? Sometimes I ask myself, the people in Chibok and all this place where Boko Haram are dealing with them, what is their motivation for coming to church? Because at any point in time, bomb can explode. Bam! They love the Lord even unto death. That was their motivation. They love not their life even unto death. In the days of revival, our life does not matter. The martyrs are those that are willing to give their life unto the Lord. And from that very moment that you say, God, I give you my all, at that point, God begin to use you. I will never forget in Zaria, Apostle Simon hammer on us again and again. You know, I don't want to say some of those things are part of things that he says, see, forget about yourself, focus on God. Forget about house, forget about wife, forget about school. Few of us took the thing too serious. Forget about what to eat. He said the price for all of God is all of you. Who want all of God? Me. Well, yeah, all of you. Anytime I want to eat food, a time came that if I want to eat food, I feel like, hi, are you sure that it's not going to offend God? Have you come to a point where you feel that just normal, something normal become like, it became so worse that sometimes you can be with your friends, say, Kai, are you sure I'm not being too close to my friends more than God? You are in a relationship, you don't feel like sometimes you love the lady more than God. You don't love God. There should be a certain level of contention. You are feeling as if, Kai, are you sure that I'm not giving more attention to something more than? Do you understand my point? In fact, a time came we go to class and we are in class, but we feel like, Kai, as if I've not spent time with God today, and I've been in lecture from morning to evening. So the thing begin to pain us. Why? We remember the price for all of God is all of us, and everybody is competing. Have you given God time today? Have you given God time today? How long have you stayed with God today? And we say, I'm locking myself. We will check the next 2 days. After 2 days, we will see. After that was how we're doing. Have you read this book? Have you read that book? Have you done this? Have you fasted like this? Have you seen an angel before? Have you seen this? Have you read this Bible? This kind of thing. Until God become popular again. Because let me tell you, the devil is doing his best to advance the frontiers of his kingdom. there has to be people that are willing to remain. And let me tell you, I bring you a submission. The people that God is going to use, they are going to be common. They are going to be ordinary. We are ordinary men helped of God. You are not going to be a kind of qualified person. In fact, some of you, your church must have cast you away. Some of you may be half cast. Some of you may not even understand your genealogy. Some of you are just like Melchizedek, without father, without mother, without beginning of end, without beginning, without even end. You don't even know where you began. You just know that Kai, you are just here. And just the way you are, Jesus is working in you. And the reason why he's working in you is because there is something that matters more to him. And when it matters to him, it will matter to your generation. You may not be able to understand what is going on inside of you right now. Remain within the crucible. In the days of revival, God is sitting upon men. There is a spirit brooding upon the inside. And when it's done brooding, it's an avalanche. Emmanuel, thy whole world is calling your name. Emmanuel, when you come again. Emmanuel, help the church to see your holy face. Emmanuel, when you come to win. Emmanuel, Philip Cephas is calling your name. Emmanuel, when you come again. Emmanuel, help the church to see your holy face. Emmanuel, when you come to reign. Let me find the larger point. Revelation chapter 1 from 9. And I, John, was also among your brother and companion in tribulation. I was in the spirit on the last day. I'm your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom of God and the patience of Jesus Christ. I was cast to the island of Patmos to die because of the testimony of Jesus. And I was in the spirit on the last day. I sat down and I asked myself. That was when John began to write letters to the churches in Philadelphia, Asia Minor. All the churches were actually around Asia Minor. When you study history, Asia Minor was actually a region where there was a revival. And there were many churches there. Thyatira, Philadelphia, Sardis, Pergamos, all of them were a region where the churches were established. But a time came where all those European nations to Damascus became Islamic stronghold centers. What happened that all the churches in Asia Minor became Islamic stronghold center? All these churches that Paul was writing letters to, that John was writing letters to, that all the apostles went to strengthen them, became a citadel of the devil. When you go to ancient Europe now, present day Europe, you will find no God. When you go to Damascus, you remember the story how Paul was advancing to Damascus and encounter God. You will go there now. All those places have become Iran. All these Iran were actually biblical historical places. Those places where God was in the citadel. But right now, because iniquity abound, the love of was cold, Satan sit upon it, and the dark age came, and church were replaced to become mosque. See, it became worse that even in Jerusalem, the temple of the Lord became a mosque. If you go to Jerusalem now, Muslims are still contending for position with Christians. That is why you are seeing Hamas